In today's video, I will test this GEMS code indicator with a private link that claims to be one of the best TradingView buy and sell indicators in 2022. I will backtest it 100 times with the goal to find its true win rate so that we know exactly whether this tool is legit or not. I will also try to build a profitable trading strategy with this indicator at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. Okay, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, for my backtesting, I will use the price of Euro USD on a 1 hour chart. And now let's go ahead and search for our indicator. The indicator is called GEMS Code 1.0 by GEMS Code. I'm gonna leave a link to it in the description below. All you need to do is to add it to your favorites. Okay, so before we get into the backtesting, let's first understand how this indicator works. If we access its settings, we can see that in the input section, we've got two gem variations. You can change the settings as you wish, as there are many customization options. So how do we actually know when to enter a long or a short position? First of all, we can see that the indicator prints different color triangles and the squares. And these are basically the signals to enter a short or a long position. Apparently, these triangles are mainly used on higher time frames, and the squares are basically designed for scalping. In this video, we're not going to be using the squares, so let's get rid of them. Okay, so now we've got these yellow and green triangles, and every time the indicator prints a yellow triangle above the price action, this is a signal to go short, and if the green triangle is printed on the chart, this is a signal to go long. And if we take a look at these signals, we can see that they're quite accurate. So yeah, I must say the indicator definitely works well in a ranging market. But if we take a look at the time when the price action is actually trending, we can see that these signals can be really terrible. By the way, in order to backtest this tool properly, we need to add another indicator to the chart. And this indicator is called ATR. ATR, or Average True Range. This is literally one of the best TradingView indicators for money management. And let me now quickly explain how we're going to be using this tool. For example, we have a signal from our indicator to go short. We're going to place a sell order at the close of our trigger candlestick. And now we need to figure out where to place our stop loss. For that, we need to check the value of the ATR at the time when we had this entry signal. You can see the value on the right hand side, it's 0.00166. This basically tells us how many pips on average the security is moving per one candlestick. And for our stop loss, we're going to be using two ATRs. This means we need to multiply that 0.00166 by 2. So our stop loss will be set at the distance of 0.0033. Okay, we can see that our stop loss is placed correctly, and the take profit target is going to be set at 1.5 times the risk. For long positions, the money management rules will stay the same. So here we can see we've got a signal to buy. And now we're going to need to calculate the distance between our entry price and the stop loss. We can see the value of the ATR, it's roughly 0.0020, so our stop loss will be set at 0.0040. And we're going to be targeting 1.5 times the risk. Okay, now let's do our backtesting to see how well this indicator performs in different market conditions. Alright, the backtesting is finished and here are the results. To be honest, I did expect this indicator to perform a bit better, but the win rate for this tool is only 30% and we lost 40.99% of our account after 100 trades. So yeah, this tool is doing an amazing job at finding the worst entries possible. I honestly think the win rate for this indicator would be much higher if we simply took the opposite entries. We can also see that the profit factor is really small and we had 6 consecutive wins against 7 consecutive losses. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to do an impossible. I'm gonna try to build a strategy with this indicator that would give us at least 60% win rate. I know this sounds a bit ambitious, but let's actually give it a try. Okay, so just like I said, this indicator gives really bad entries when the market is trending, and this is mainly because this tool is for trading reversals, and as we all know, catching tops and bottoms is never a good idea. So for our strategy, we're gonna need to make some adjustments to this indicator first. So I had this brilliant idea to change the buy signals to sell and the sell signals to buy. Also, we need to change the positions for these triangles. Okay, the first step is done, and right away we can see that the entries have become more accurate. The next step will be to add a baseline and the volume indicator. I actually saved the template. Okay, so for our baseline we're going to be using this SSL hybrid. In the star section I disabled all of these options except for this MA baseline and the ATR bands. I also changed the ATR multiplier to 2 and the baseline length from 60 to 200. And for the volume indicator we've got this heat map volume. I also changed the inputs. And the reason I added these two indicators to the chart is to eliminate as many losses as possible. Even though we changed the signals for this indicator to the opposite, it doesn't necessarily mean that its win rate will become extremely high. Okay, now let's understand the trading rules. First of all, we're only going to be looking to buy if the price action is closed above the baseline and the baseline is blue color. The indicator has to print a green triangle below the price action, and to finally confirm the signal, the volume histogram has to be either colored in yellow, orange or dark red. And only when we have these conditions met, we can safely enter a long position. Our stop loss will be set at the lower ATR band, and we're going to be targeting 1.5 times the risk. Exactly opposite is true for short positions. First, we're only going to be looking to sell if the price is closed below the baseline and the baseline is red color. This is an official confirmation that we are in a downtrend. Second, the indicator has to print a red triangle above the price. Third, the volume histogram has to be either colored in yellow, orange or red. And if these conditions are met, we can safely place a sell order. Our stop loss will be set at the upper ATR band, and our take profit target will stay the same. We see with this strategy we're not catching tops and bottoms, we're simply going with a trend, which I believe is the best way to trade. If one of these three conditions are not met, we simply skip the signal. We see this long signal is not valid because the volume in the market is pretty low. Also take a look at how well this volume indicator eliminated these two losing trades. Also notice when the level of volume is increased, the chances of getting a successful entry are really high. Alright traders, I hope you have understood the rules for this strategy, so let's do another backtesting to see if the win rate for the strategy is at least 60%. Alright, this is absolutely unbelievable. We managed to take a really bad reversal indicator and turn it into a profitable and pretty accurate tool. We see the win rate for the strategy is 62% and we increased our account size by 190.07%. The equity curve is really stable and we didn't have any serious drawdowns. The profit factor is 2.45 and we had 13 consecutive wins against 4 consecutive losses. So overall, I'm really happy with the results. Obviously, this is not the best strategy on my channel. You can definitely try it on different markets and different time frames to see how well it performs there. By the way, if you want to see some of my top strategies on the channel for Forex, make sure you check out this playlist right here.